Hello, my players. I'm Professor Ho, and welcome back to the Pokemon Emerald Crest 3-way versus with British Eagle and Soul Crest. Without any further ado, go! We're off. We're doing it. We're doing all the things that we do, and British has some news after the last episode.
I have also gotten naked, just like Soul did the last episode before this, so we are officially the Naked Bros. So,
Naked Bros.
I didn't get naked.
What?
That's really
What
wow.
is wrong with you?
Is this like the dab thing again, where you told me to dab and I'm the only one who freaking did it in the video?
That was pretty good.
That was good. That was really good. Yeah.
I love that. I absolutely love that. So British.
Yep.
How does it feel knowing that you are not only in the lead, but just playing so well compared to me and Soul? Like, what is your secret? What can you tell us? What are we doing wrong?
So I don't know that it's what you're doing wrong. I think it's just I'm getting very lucky with my encounters and what I'm facing. So my team coverage right now is insane. If I run into a ground type, I have Chigiri, the Comfy, with grass moves, and I have Leech Seed and Growth. If I run into a flying or water type, I have Dobby with the electric moves. If I run into Fairy, I have, which is Toxtricity. I have Toxtricity for Fairy as well. If I run into normal or fighting, I have the Chandelure, which is part ghost. If I run into anything that is electric, water, fire, grass, I can resist it with my Drudagon. So, I mean, really, I'm doing well. Thankfully, I brought the what's it called? The Hone Edge, because that was the only thing that really could handle the Grimer. I know that sounds silly. I know it was only a Grimer, but one Gunk Shot, Stab, did... I think it took me down to like 20 or 30 HP for Toxtricity, who has Fur Coat, by the way. So his defense is doubled, and even with that ability, it almost one-shot me. So, like, that thing was scary. I took a risk by sending in Hone Edge, because I was like, I don't think it has another move that's not poison, so... that's the only reason I've gotten through it. Type diversity. It's been absolutely massive for my team.
Okay.
That's all I can say.
Right. So you've got the easy ROM, is what I heard there.
Basically, yeah. I mean, I've had a really easy time. I will say I've played pretty decently as well. Like, I've made some good decisions, but, you know, I've also, you know, had some luck on my side, so... Barium Z.
Okay.
Oh, right,
I've got two of them. I got two of them.
I'm slapping that on Comfy. Nice.
Oh, okay, right. I see how it
really
is.
good.
So, and Soul, what are you thinking today? What is your plan in this episode?
I'll probably fight Norman at the end of this episode because I'm tired of fighting Blissies.
Okay.
But I mean, I still have freaking Dragonite level 31. It's like, if anyone should be leveled up, it should be him.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah. Dragonite's just absolutely busted. Like, great mon. Don't use Uproot. Why are you using Uproot? Okay, that's fine. Whoa.
But again, one ice type and he's useless.
So, Hoenn, are you... So, Soul's going to try and take on Norman at some point. You're going to... Are you taking on Winona at some point in this episode, or are you going to grind?
I'm not grinding. I'm still making my way to not Slateport. What's the other one?
You're going that way.
I'm going all the way down. I've got loads of encounters. I'm going to beat all these trainers because then it just saves time in terms of flying as well. I might as well do the leveling up now. And then I can just keep progressing the story. In fact, I'm wondering if I can even do Mount Pyre now before I take on Winona.
The only risk you have with that is we don't know what level boosts they've given to some of the harder trainers. So, like, I get what you're doing, and I think it is smart, but I would limit how far you go there. That could be risky.
When Frank and I did our Sleep Lock versus of Emerald, I remember going to Mount Pyre and being terrified of, like, one of the first trainers in there in the cemetery section. Like, they had, like, a 41 or something stupid high, and it was really powerful, so just be careful.
Okay.
That's why I'm saying don't do it. Like, it makes sense to go get your encounters, battle the trainers on this route, but, like, outside of that, like, I mean, what are your levels? Are you in the 40s? Are you 40 almost?
I'm close to 40, so I'm feeling confident with my mons at the moment. I mean, I'm just at the point where I'm like, well, I need to get down this route at some point anyway, so I might as well do it now. I might as well get the money now. I might as well beat all the trains to save time, get the experience, and then I can take on Winona, because honestly, like, an extra couple of levels might just be the difference between beating her and not.
That makes sense. Yeah, and I get your strategy. I think it makes sense. I also just used my Ferium Z. It's called Twinkle Tackle, and I just knocked Machop into this, like, we're blasting off again sort of Team Rocket animation. It was actually really cool.
Oh,
Yeah,
I love the Z moves in this.
Yeah, they're great. I just wish I didn't keep getting new phone numbers from all these trainers. It's driving me up a wall.
Ring.
I already have Hoen's number, and I don't want that.
Oh, I do.
Oh, thank you. You can have it any day you want, mate. Just ask.
Thanks.
You want it now?
555.
Still talking about phone numbers?
555.
That's the one. 5, 5, 5. Just fives all the way, you know? You get me?
5 Z's.
Yeah,
5 Z's. Got them.
It's not as good as 6 Z's, though, but we'll take it.
No,
We'll
6
take
is
it.
true.
Oh, these trainers are quite difficult down here. Wow. I think I'm concerned. I am a little bit concerned.
That's why I'm saying, like, don't go too far. Like, your strategy makes sense. It definitely does, but I would
Remember,
limit yourself.
if you wipe, everything you've done is erased.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's why I'm being super careful.
Yep. Well, we all know British is going to wipe at the Palkia and the water.
That's
in the
true.
sea.
Facts.
So it's
I'm
fine,
just
it's
saving
fine.
all this glory for the devastation of losing to one trainer. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I love Chingling. Chingling! It's so cute! It's so cute! Look at him! He's so cute! What do you think? What do you think the cutest Pokemon is? What?
Ooh,
Did you just say the P word?
Cutest.
Dragonite needs so much experience to level.
Yeah.
Isn't
Oh,
he a
it's in
slow level?
He's in the slow XP.
He is very
yeah.
slow. I don't even know if he's worth leveling. Like, I got 1,000 and it barely moved.
Oh,
and I'm only level
density.
32.
Oh, that's a
that
Wobbuffet.
stinks, dude.
Of
Yeah.
course it's a Wobbuffet. Why would it not be a Wobbuffet?
So, Soul, are you just waiting until the end of the episode to get in there? Like, once you have a minute left or something? Is that the
I
plan?
might as well.
Yeah.
I mean, if I'm going to quit, I might as well do it at the end.
Yeah.
Oh,
Man,
go for it.
I don't know if I even level that Dragonite. That is so slow.
Is it?
Yeah. You know what? I'm curious. If I go into the Pokedex, do they
Maybe.
list any of those things, like the stats and stuff?
I don't know.
I doubt they list its
So
EXP.
if
I'm
you're
gonna
not
look.
gonna get a lot of levels or any level at all with
Wait, hold
Dragonite,
on.
why not level up like one of your level 20s just because it might be able to survive an attack, and you know you can
Well,
heal.
I'm gonna actually try to get my others up to like
There's something that says stats.
37 or something.
Yeah.
I
Makes
want to
sense.
see if I can. I'm gonna check the Pokedex. I want to see if you can check the stats. So Azura. Oh, this is cool. So it does show the base stat total. Azurill, 50 HP, 20 speed. Yeah, that's speed. Special attack, special defense. Oh, so it says growth fast for Azurill, which yeah, that makes sense for Azurill.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it says the stats. You can check yours in the Pokedex. I'm looking at it right now. So trying to see if I can find some of my Pokemon.
Ooh.
I'm just curious. This shouldn't take too long. I'm just curious to see if I can find.
No, it
I'm
shouldn't.
level 20.
It shouldn't. Okay.
I'm just really curious. Duosion.
What's one Pokemon you want to run into in this game?
Like as an encounter?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Oh, so my Chandelore's growth is medium slow. That stinks. I mean, it's not terrible, I guess, but
But would you want to run into it as an encounter in this game?
I already have it, Hone, so I don't need to run into it as an encounter in this game.
Okay, you know what? We're not going to hear from British because he's just gonna do this. Okay, listen. I ask a content.
No, wait. You asked about a
content-driven
cute
question.
Pokemon. I think
That was
I
like
think
10
Togepi's
minutes
cute.
ago. Togepi.
I think
is
Togepi's cute. It's a little cute. It's a little egg. It's like,
Togepi is
oh, I want to hatch you.
Okay.
Oh, you're cute.
What,
It's
what
funny you
about,
say that because I'm fighting a Togetic.
Oh,
Nice.
I love a
Oh,
Togetic.
Soul.
Togetic's busted. So, Sol, what about you? What's one Pokemon you want to run into in this game? As an encounter.
Honestly, I don't know because like that's a legitimate question. Like there are certain Pokemon that would like make or break my team, but it's also the terrifying thing of like how do I catch it? How do I like? I don't want to Palkia because how do I catch it or how do I level it up? Kind of thing, you know.
I think for me.
Honestly, I don't know.
Oh, okay. For me, I would love to run into Probably the Alolan, and not Alolan, the Lilligant from Hisuian Lilligant. Like, I just love its design, grass fighting, brilliant. Like, it's just a great looking Pokemon, and like that battle mechanic that you have to like dodge around when you're fighting, it's so much fun in Legends Arceus. So that's who I want. I've
never played it, so I don't know.
Oh, have you not? How come?
I just don't like paying full price for games.
Fair enough, I can understand that.
And so I typically don't buy a lot of games unless they're on sale, which is basically disallows most Nintendo games because they almost never go on sale.
Yep. I can understand that. So, do you, like, are you quite, like, blind to it? Like, do you know much about that game?
I watched a little bit of yours and Frank's streams of it, but not a lot. I liked the Let's Go aspect to it. I thought that was really cool. But I don't know. I think it's like, I think it's neat.
Yeah. So would you one day want to play it, though?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I think you should when you get a chance, because it is a fantastic game. Like, it's really good. Oh, yeah.
See, that's the thing, is Frank doesn't like it, but like I hear very different opinions from different people. So I'm just like, just because Frank doesn't like it doesn't mean I wouldn't. He likes Madden, I don't. So it's like, we're not gonna like the same, dislike the same stuff. So, and I really like Let's Go Eevee. So like the fact that I really like that game makes me feel I'd probably really like Legends Arceus.
Yeah, it's definitely got a lot of mixed opinions. The Arceus game, like, a lot of people do love it and really like it, and then there's a lot of people that are like, it gets boring very quickly. So yeah, I definitely still say give it a shot. I wouldn't ever tell you to not play it.
I think it's one of those things of what do you want out of it. I think a lot of people expected it to be very normal Pokemon game-esque, and I was like, why did you expect that? It's not a mainline game. Most Pokemon games that are not mainline games are usually not like the mainline game mechanics.
Yeah.
So I went into it expecting it to be pretty darn different.
Yeah, I did too. The biggest issue I've always had with it is that, for me, Pokemon is mostly now just becoming like the competitive side of it with battling. And so in this game, without spoiling anything, in case you end up playing it, it's the timing of it and how the story plays out. It's not about battling. And so there's very few of them. For me, which was
favorite thing to do in Violet when we were playing it together was just to like explore.
Yeah, and I'm just explaining why I didn't like it. I'm not saying you won't like it because of that. I'm just saying that's why I didn't. I actually try
not to get into combats in Violet because I feel it's slow.
Yeah.
So less combats in Arceus might be a good thing for me.
It might be. The story's
I'm just so
good.
used to speed up, I think.
I think the other thing for me too, outside of the battling, was like the catching mechanic was cool at first, but to me it got a little bit old very quickly. And just the way they did it, I don't know. I definitely would play it again, especially if like it was some sort of like, I would do like a live stream of it or something like that. I don't know. I'm not rushing to go play it, but I would play it again.
Yeah. And again, at the end of the day, you don't have to like it, and that's fine. It's just like, I think that was one of the first times where like X1 and I really rail it into you of like, don't say it's not a good game, because clearly a lot of people like it. It's just an opinion, and that is perfectly fine. And that's when we really started pushing that, like, probably not best to speak, or best to not speak in definitives, because none of us are an arbiter. Like, I could say it's a great game, and that's also not correct.
Well, but that's an opinion, though, so it's not. I'm not saying it's definitively
bad.
That's
what I'm saying. But
I'm saying what I'm saying is when
that I know. No, what I'm saying is when that game first came out and you were really upset with it, you were saying definitive statements, and that's when X1 and I really started being like, stop saying that.
What was I saying to make it definitive?
You were saying this game sucks.
But that's not a definitive statement. That's my opinion. That's not. How is that definitive?
No, you were saying that like this game is not good, it is boring, like you were making very definitive statements.
Still opinionated though. That's not definitive.
It's about how you phrase it. If you say I think this game is boring, that's an opinion. If you say this game is boring, that's a definitive statement because you're making a statement of fact at that point.
I don't agree with that.
It's the stupid way. I mean, that's how language works. That is a definitive statement.
I don't know that I agree with that because like it's still me saying that I get what you're saying. Like if I include if I include I think it sucks.
Yeah, it's all about phrasing. Because
Yeah,
regardless of what your
being super
intent
picky,
is,
though,
it's
like,
it's one of those things of how would it come off in text? How would it come off to a reader? Because readers don't get tone, and so it's really a lot of that of how is this relayed at its base value.
Yeah,
And that's how you decide
I
if
think
things
you
are
should like
definitive
it.
or opinion.
Leave a like on this video.
I think that's a little much.
Should.
Like, I get what you're saying, and I understand that that's language, but, like, if I'm sitting in a stream and I'm like, oh, this game sucks, I'm not saying, like, I think it would be different if I sat there and was like, no one can like this. This game is definitively horrible. I'm not saying that, though. Like, I'm saying, like, oh, this sucks.
I know.
And
And I'm
opinion.
like I'm saying is like you've gotten really good about that too over the months or the years, whatever it is. But like I just remember that's when X1 and I like first started being like, oh man, this guy is making a lot of statement of fact when it's not a fact. And so I just remember him and I like talking about that in your streams, kind of thing.
I
Pretty
remember
sure it was
that.
during that.
Yeah, I remember that, and I remember feeling really strange about it because, like, it's just a little picky to be like, wow, you're making it definitive when, like, you know that's not what I'm doing. I'm just saying this sucks because that's my feeling on it. Like,
I mean,
I
that's
don't know.
the problem is I didn't know because I'm very much used to our modern generation where people just say things as if they're facts because like people try to make their opinions a fact nowadays quite often. And I think that's been really hurtful to a lot of conversation and a lot of just anything in general. So I guess I'm very defensive of how people talk nowadays because I'm just like, how do you mean this? Because it's important to know how someone means something, or because that's how you know what kind of path will it go down. Will Hoenn take his pants off? Things like that.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. And while I'm excited about that, like for me, any opinion that I will ever make, just for future reference in terms of like games, I will never say something and mean it in terms of like I definitively think. And I know that that's how I've come across with my word choice, but like for me, I will always respect other people's opinions on games. If I have something, the way I phrase it or explain it,
If I
might
remember
just
right,
sound
though, like
definitive.
you were getting really combative at one point, and I'm pretty sure it was Legends Arceus, but I could be wrong. But there was a time where you were getting incredibly combative, where you were trying to you were really pushing like this is bad, and people were like, oh no, this is like no, it's just bad, this is stupid. Like you were like starting to argue with people. I don't know if it was Arceus or something else. Now,
so I think it was
really
Kingdom
thinking,
Hearts
but
2, I think is what we're talking about. And so here's the reason why I pushed back.
I don't know.
It's not because I felt like it was a definitive thing. It's because it did feel like a lot of it in that moment when we were having that in that live stream, it definitely did feel like an attack. And I felt like I was more so defending myself and explaining why I think it sucks, not trying to tell you or X1 or anyone else that it doesn't suck. But I was getting defensive because I was like, it sounded like you and X1 were like, you're not allowed to say it
it was
sucks.
when you were doing the dream drop thingy.
Yep.
You were in the
Oh.
Seven Dwarves mine or something like that.
And I was being competitive, combative with that and argumentative only because the way I was reading the chat was that you and X1, it came across to me as like, well, you're not allowed to say it sucks because that's not right. And it's like, but I'm allowed to have my opinion. So it was a lot of misinterpreting dialogue and the text itself. But that's how I read that chat was like...
I think it started with like talking about, a lot of people saying that, 2 is their favorite. And you being very against that for some reason or another. I will say after playing it, I think I like 1 and Calm more in the long run.
And 2?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
2's combat was a lot more, was just a lot better. It was just like mechanically, it was smoother. Mechanically,
fluid.
it was floatier, more
Yes,
fluid. Yes, it
yes.
seemed more responsive.
Yes. Yep.
But 1's world design felt a lot more adventurous, and it felt like there was more exploration to do. 2 was very much on rails, which for the story was phenomenal. It told I think 2 so far has told the best story for my preference.
Yes.
To be fair, it's building, so it's hard to not be better when you're building off of what was and adding new awesome layers. But mechanically, I kind of like Calm the most right now. Like, I always think about going back and being like, oh, that magic deck build was just so much fun. And I remember in the beginning of Let's Play, people were like, this isn't going to work. You're not going to be able to beat a lot of the bosses. You're not going to be able to beat the game. And then boom, I freaking did it. And like,
Nice.
I'm like, guys, the amount of
You look
commenters I had late in that series of people being like, wow, this magic deck thing is working. And I'm like, yeah, just be a magic boy. It's
Dude,
fine.
I'm so glad
I don't
you
know
said
what I'm
that.
doing, but it's working.
Com got so much hate, and a lot of it was because it was originally like there wasn't the Com version you played wasn't out obviously when the first one came out.
Yeah, it was the Game Boy Advance
It
version.
was.
Yeah, so people hated it, and also they still hate it now because the cards, they don't like that system. I personally have always said that not always, sorry. For a long time, I have said that I've loved Com, and it's up there as one of my favorites with Kingdom Hearts 1. For me, the biggest issue with 2 that I have is that, I'm not a big fan of the triangle. I know this is a minor thing to complain about. I'm not a big fan of, you can just spam the triangle button and get a ton of damage off against the big bosses in the cutscenes.
Yeah,
that felt too easy. I wish there was, more of a... I think it'd be cool if they had made it a combo. So, you have to wait till the right moment, and it's either square, triangle, circle, X, then the next part is one of the other buttons, or maybe it's the start button. I would like that
I wouldn't
better.
like, because I don't have. I think that would deter a lot of people, because that would take away from anyone that has any kind of low reflex disability or something.
Okay, yeah.
I think sticking it to 1 is good, but yeah, the amount of damage it did. What I thought was neat though, there were ways that if you learned how, you could pull it out of the boss. I learned against what's it, Lexius, the big hammer sword guy.
Yep.
If you block him, if you parry, you get the triangle. So you could pull it out of him, and that was so satisfying. What I didn't like was how unresponsive the guard parry system felt in that game. Everyone's like, you need to guard or parry, you need to guard or parry. And I'm like, I'm pressing the button. And it could have been my controller for all I know, but it just felt like it. I don't know. Sora just felt very slow in that animation alone.
Well, he spins around.
Whilst everything else felt so fat. Yeah, also, it didn't make sense. I much prefer how Roxas guards.
Yeah, it's so strange. Why does he do a full spin to then block? And also, what you said earlier, Soul, I agree. The world building was... I don't know what it is for me, but I just
on rails.
didn't love.
It was linear.
Yeah, I just didn't love the worlds in Kingdom Hearts 2. Kingdom Hearts 1 for me will always be goated for their worlds. They're not perfect, but I don't know. I really love them. But
yeah,
2,
I really enjoyed it. I mean, again, I think the way 2 did their worlds was so that they could tell the story more fluidly, and they did.
Yeah, they did.
Because they also were introducing so many new things or clarifying things from Chain of Memories.
Well, that was the thing. 2 had one of those difficult jobs of, it's a sequel to the original, but it's also a sequel to this game that
exactly.
that a
So it
lot
was
of
a
people
double
didn't
sequel.
play because
exactly, and they knew that a lot. I'm positive that they knew that because it was on a different console.
Yes.
Yep.
And that in itself makes it hard.
Yep.
And it wasn't the Kingdom Hearts that people fell in love with. It was a little pixel game instead. So you're clearly going to get lower sales. And they knew the sales at that time anyways. They knew Chain of Memories sold less than Kingdom Hearts. So they knew that a lot of people wouldn't know. And so, but and I know I played the enhanced version where things were fixed and things were even added, but they told such a good story. I will say I got far more connected to the characters in Kingdom Hearts 2. So I can't look at it as oh, which one do I actually like the most? I like the combat in Chain of Memories the most. I like the world building in 1 the most. I like the storytelling in 2 the most so far. And so to me, that's really cool that all 3 of the Kingdom Hearts games I've played so far have a favorite aspect to them.
Yeah.
That the other ones don't. And so for me, that makes all of them special.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I agree. And I think too, I want to make it very clear, Kingdom Hearts 2 is not a bad game by any means. I have my issues with it, and I don't like it as much as number 1 or Com, but there's definitely, to your point, a lot of very good things. The story itself is insanely good. I love the stuff with Roxas. You get so much about the organization.
You mean, oh, hey, Blonde Sora, when I had no idea who he was.
Yeah.
It's this is, for me, I was so confused. I was like, who's this kid? And a lot of people are like, you could have played 358 over 2. I'm like, but then I would have known who Roxas is, right?
I think the 358 over 2 came out after. That came out
Yeah, but
after.
people are telling me for chronology, I could have played it. And I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm following advice from very specific people, Frank, Firebirdies, and I think X1's a part of that, guiding me on what do I play when, and all of them agreed.
For the most
part,
you
play 2, then you play 358.
Correct.
For the most
you get
part,
more background. Oh god.
Because I will say, if I knew more about these organization members before going into 2, so much of that excitement and that wonder would have disappeared.
Yeah, agreed.
And I will say,
I'm gonna be now glad to have that filled in.
Yeah.
And I will say with
on.
358 over 2 days, you will get, it is going to heavily focus on, again, no spoilers, but it'll focus on the organization, and you'll get more backstory, which I think, to your point, is why it's good that you did 2 first. And that's why I recommended it to you, and saying
because again,
Firebird
not having a
one.
clue who these folks were when I played 2 was the coolest thing. Because people are like trying to figure out, how do I comment without just telling them stuff, and it's like, you can't always. So you have to treat me like when you didn't know anything, when you hadn't read the guidebook yet or something. And some people still struggle with that. Some people still don't know how to talk to someone that hasn't played all the games and has not watched lore videos, because I'm positive a lot of these folks that comment that know so much have clearly watched lore videos to really piece everything together, because if not, then they would have an eidetic memory and like be geniuses to piece all those bits together across the years without any kind of like, Charlie from Always Sunny in Philadelphia crazy board of like, it's all connected. It's so scattered.
Yeah,
the biggest enemy of Kingdom Hearts is the time that the games were released far apart. So I really believe people have watched, most of these people that are like experts in my comment section, they've watched lore episodes, and that's fine. But
that's fine.
Sometimes some forget that I haven't.
Yeah, and
that's when it stinks, because that's when I get a spoiler, and I'm like,
I've seen that a couple times. And
what you have to remember is just to like a few points is like I'll always maintain that whenever you're playing along a series that the games are all out already, like you play it in the release order. Otherwise, you will miss out on things. Like, for example, like if you play Birth by Sleep before you play any of the other games, because chronologically it takes place first, it spoils so many other things. And
someone said, "Hey, you should play that first because it's first," and I was like, isn't that like the 10th game or something? I don't know.
Birth by Sleep is something like the 6th or 7th, maybe 5th actually, game. Like it came out, and that's one of the great things about Kingdom Hearts is just like the lore, the amount of there is so much, but it's also one of the things that I think it's one of the reasons why like 3 was received poorly, is because it just had so much to wrap up, and it's like, oh, this is the 3rd game, but there's like 8 games before it, and it's just a little bit overkill, and it's such a shame, really, because like I really maintain that I wish that when they were doing Kingdom Hearts, they had the entire plot outline before they did it, because there is. I just don't believe that they had the entire plot outline.
I'm of the mind, and maybe it's been proven wrong, I don't know, but I'm of the mind that Organization 13 wasn't even planned during Kingdom Hearts 1, because it does not feel like it was.
No, it's only in the final mix version where you fight someone that's wearing an organization.
And that's what I'm saying, is I played that, but I know that wasn't in the original. I'm of the mind that probably wasn't even a thought, and they're like, oh, it's just Disney and Final Fantasy, and then they're like, we have to make it bigger.
Yeah, bigger.
And so that's where my thoughts are with that.
It's tough with Kingdom Hearts, because as much as I love it, and I have Keyblades, and I have all kinds of merchandise for it, it is so hard, in my opinion, to keep up. Like, I still struggle with it, knowing as much as I do.
Watch more videos.
Well, I have, but like even then, it's still tough, because it's just like there's just a lot to keep up with. So, coming into it fresh is really difficult. Like
it's wonderfly fun though.
Oh yeah, agreed.
It's so cool.
I'm very lucky that I played Kingdom Hearts 1 not long after it came out, and then I played each one by one. So by the time Kingdom Hearts 3 came out, I'd played all the previous games twice, if not 3 times. So I was just, I know exactly what I'm getting into in number 3. I don't need to do any research. I don't need to find things out. I just had all this like knowledge, knowing what was coming, and I enjoyed so much of 3, but I think that we've said this before. Like,
people have told me like bad things about 3, and I'm like, you know what? I don't set my expectations really high like I believe some people do.
Yeah.
And I think that saves me from a lot of disappointment.
Yeah.
So I think I'll still really enjoy 3.
Yeah. I think my biggest criticism for 3 is, unlike the other games where a lot of the story is paced quite well throughout the game, 3 seems to be, okay, you finish a world, there's a little bit of a cutscene as to what's happening. You finish a world, here's a little bit of a cutscene to what's happening, and then, you're at the end of the game now, when everything and its dog is going to happen now. And that is my only criticism of a game that, like, I actually think was worth the wait. because the gap between Kingdom Hearts 2 and Kingdom Hearts 3.
40-second warning.
Okay. Perfect.
Sorry.
Like,
You're
it's fine.
Are you going into Winona, Hoenn, by the way?
No, I'm at the top of Mount Pyre.
I just talked to Dad.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, you've got to share
Joel, do you mind screen share? I was going to say, yeah, can you... Just because I really want to see this.
If you don't want to and you'd rather...
Hold on.
But we're going to be asking 100 questions if not.
I know, yeah.
How long have we got, by the way?
10 seconds.
Okay, perfect. I got into the conversation. Wait, do I have to fight Archie? Oh, no, you don't. Okay, perfect. Oh, thank God.
Okay, can you see mine?
I'm watching it right now, and I just got into a trainer battle, so...
Okay, well,
I can see
time.
it. Here we go.
Whoa.
Time.
That's different.
Cling, clang.
So I'm at the top of Mount Pyre. I'll just quickly do a quick team recap of my team.
Well, hold on. Let's watch Hoenn or Soul first. Hold on.
Okay, right. Salmon.
No point in you doing that now. Let's see what he does.
Pineapple, Hitmontop, Sushi. Okay, right. Who's up first?
He has a Cling Clang out. His opponent does.
Yeah, fully evolved.
Yeah, okay.
I think
You are a higher level, though, so you've got the advantage there.
Yeah, but he's going to get a... Oh, he didn't get a special...
Yeah,
I thought Charge Beam was always a special... Oh, he must have Levitate. That's why Dig has the...
No, but
it's immune.
But that'd reveal it's...
This thing has been wrong. Like, this thing was saying
really?
that my dragon move was not effective versus Blissey when it was.
Because Revenge should be super effective as well, because it's Steel.
Exactly, it should be, because
Yeah,
he's a pure
I don't think that's
Steel
right.
type.
I don't think that's right. There you go.
That's great damage, wow. Oh, and you got leftovers? Ooh,
No,
nice.
I have a Shell Bell.
Okay,
Oh, Shell Bell. Oh, okay, nice.
So, almost as good. He
Has
apparently has leftovers.
He does as
What a
well, cheeky boy.
Poo-poo. Oh, now it's fixed, but this is still... Okay. Oh, it's not fixed now. Okay, he's hit me, so this is going to obliterate him.
Oh, never mind. I was going to say, because he's only using Bind and moves that aren't doing much, I was going to say maybe bring in someone that can set up, but never mind.
I don't have any setup moves
Oh, okay, never mind.
at all.
Okay. We've just got to
I only
rely
have
on...
one status move, actually.
So we just got to rely on healing and power up, damage output. Okay, right. What's the
You're
next?
at a decent
5
level,
mons.
so...
Okay.
Oh, what did I say?
Well, it's a good job
but
you've got a
him on top.
fighting type. Yeah. Go for
You're in
that
a great
revenge.
spot here.
Yeah,
Oh,
go
yeah,
for that
it
revenge.
flicked green to red. That was so... Yeah, this thing is messed up.
Oh, good. Glad he missed Swagger.
I mean, I don't think this will one-shot it.
It might hit him on top strong.
No, not without being hit.
No,
Had I been hit,
yes,
it would have.
Yes.
Oh.
Okay, but that's fine. You're back to full HP, so it's looking good. And if he does
Yep, it should be
swaggy, you can just switch out.
Well...
Oh, God, he missed again.
Nice.
I didn't know Swagger could miss.
Yeah, it's only 90 like Leech Seed.
Oh, my God. That's huge, because that thing would have been horrific. That thing's strong.
Yeah.
And I think it knows, like, Icicle Crash or something.
Yes, it does.
Oh, all right,
okay,
let's
3
see.
mons left. The fact that... Okay, right, perfect. The fact that he sent out that bear tick second means that was his best shot at beating
that
you.
Was his ace.
Yeah, so I think now it's pretty...
Oh.
There you go. That's fine. Revenge.
Wait, I'll obliterate him with this.
Yep, you're good.
Okay, that's fine.
Actually helped. Yeah.
That goes
Nah,
down.
he might have been... Actually, he might not have been a one-shot, but he probably would have been, like, a low health, so...
Yeah, but
that was
Darmaka's
nice.
so frail. Like, I think you would have been good
Yeah.
either way.
2 mons left. Stun Journey. Oh, this Hitmontop was built for this fight.
Wow, this is perfect for you, yeah. Damn. Oh no, gravity.
Don't you ever
Oh.
touch me with gravity. I hate that move.
intensifies.
It's mine?
Crobat.
Oh, wow,
Okay,
he's
That's
bulky.
it?
Yeah, it's bulky as
Holy
anything.
balls.
I need him to touch me. Okay, good. He's hit me.
Ooh.
And now this will kill him.
Speeds? Oh, because you're revenge. That's negative priority. Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
negative
yeah.
priority.
That makes sense because of how it works. Now he's dead.
Nice.
Oh,
Oh, my
okay,
gosh.
one more
you got
left.
this,
Double.
dude.
It's 100. It's 60 attack, but now it's 120 when I get hit.
Nice.
Okay, guys. 4 episodes worth of grinding is paying off.
It's paid off. Hit level 38 as well. Nice.
Oh.
And you'll get loads of encounters after this that are your level as well.
Although
Like
they're
a
like-
wide guard.
Not in
They're
the
like my encounters, they
It's
won't
not a
be
not
double
worth it.
battle format, so
Nah,
I'd say
not
not.
worth it.
Quick
What is
guard's the
quick
same.
guard?
So one protects you from moves that hit both mons. One protects both your mons
Oh,
against
from
priority.
priority.
Yeah,
Interesting.
That's weird. Why wouldn't you just get Protect? Protect does the same thing.
because
it's both Pokemon.
both
Oh,
Pokemon. yeah,
gotcha.
yeah.
For priority that hits.
They're only good for double battles, and
what
even then,
priority
the
move hits
situation.
both?
And no, it protects
Weird, I don't
both
know.
mons from priority moves. and the other one
Oh, in
protects
case someone
him.
doesn't
Yeah.
have protect,
Yeah.
like
What
if your
can
other Pokemon.
this thing know?
Razor Shell.
Yeah.
So I should be okay to just attack.
You should be. The only thing is like.
Okay.
I don't know though, because you have your negative priority and you're already weak.
Yeah.
It's only a do-lot though.
I don't think it'll one-shot you. Unless it lands a crit, I just don't think it has the damage output, but I think it'll hit.
You have Aerial Ace?
Not
know it
hit.
had
Wait,
that.
you'll be fine. You'll be okay. There you go.
I know, but why does it have that? That's
I have
so
no
weird.
idea. It is so weird.
Is it healed
This
yet?
should one-shot it.
Oh, you're
There
good.
you go.
Nice job, dude. GG.
Yeah, because it hit me.
Leave some
Wow.
likes down below for Soul and give him some GGs in the chat because he
Also,
deserves that.
hashtag Hitmontop MVP. Wow.
Oh, he didn't give me any XP because I hadn't technically gotten the badge yet.
Oh,
That's dumb.
absolute! Wow, what an absolute! I lost a soul. That's very nice. Well done.
Congrats,
Right,
dude.
let's quickly. Me and British will do a team recap because we actually Soul kind of needs to show his team as well because we only saw the Hitmontop because he powered through. I'm gonna go first if that's all right, simply because I've already got them on my screen. Level 40 Incineroar, a level 41 Gyarados. I caught a new Pokemon, a level 46 Shiftry. I've got a level 38 Venomoth, a level 33 Swordsbuck, and the level 4 Duot just to help me use Surf. So, Miles will tell you both, there is a boss Pokemon at the top of Mount Pyre as well, which was a
Hey,
nice
Frank, this is
is.
why.
Okay.
This is why you had the save state at the
Yes.
surf house, because they take you there right afterwards. You don't have a choice.
Oh,
Yep,
so
yep,
I
yep,
so you're
okay,
fine.
so I was fine.
Yep, yep, yep.
Okay, good.
Rich, what about your thing while we're waiting for Soul to just skip
So
through the dialogue?
interesting that you mentioned Mount Pyre. I knew you had to have gotten it there because I had a feeling there would be a boss Pokemon. I am on the first or second floor of Mount Pyre, so I'm making my way up to that boss Pokemon. So I have a level 41 Toxtricity, and I'm showing the moves so you guys can see it. I've got a level 42 Comfy. I've got a level 40 Chandelure and a level 42 Druddigon.
Okay, very nice.
Let's see.
So-
I have a level 38 Greninja, a level 38 Nidoking, a level 38 Hitmontop, a 32 Dragonite who's likely to be ignored because of how much experience he takes, 22 Staravia, and 20 Thievul.
That's mental that me and British are this far ahead, and yet your levels aren't that far behind.
right there.
Like,
Yeah, you're right there.
Blissey Grand, man.
Yeah, like if you just power through now, catch the Pokemon that you come
But-
across, and yeah.
But the only thing with that, though, Hoenn, is that, like, even though we fought a ton of trainers, we didn't get much experience. I'm assuming he'll get the same. And keep in mind, he did get a lot from the Blissies. He's not going to grind on Blissies now, so he will grow and keep up, and
Yeah,
that's
he will.
obviously
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
But
Well,
I don't
what
think
Hoen's
he's...
saying is I can just move forward.
Yes.
Like, I don't have to grind to be okay against the upcoming trainers.
You can
Yeah,
skip,
that's fair.
You can
Yeah,
skip trainers, and I don't think it'll hamper you. I think literally you just beeline now and right encounter. Is it good? No. Keep moving. Oh, mandatory trainers.
Guys.
Take them on and just power
Dude,
through.
I wanna-
Flavored water. Flavored sparkling water.
That's what it is,
Flavored,
guys.
flavored,
Drink your flavored
flavored.
water, and you'll beat your dad. Oh, wait.
it-
Oh, hold on. Sorry. Your gym leader, Dad. You won't beat him. You won't
If this
physically win.
YouTube content is your flavor, then subscribe if you're not already. Leave a like below if you haven't. GG's to Soul in the chat for managing to get
I don't have to
past
quit.
that
Yay.
hurdle. Thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed this episode, then click one of the on-screen links to watch another one of our videos. Until next time, remember to flex your inner geek. See ya.